All right, all right. Good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Today, guys, oh my gosh, the news came out yesterday. Spotify bets big on podcast and scoops up Gimlet Media and Anchor FM, both of which are huge podcast platforms. And guys, I think it's a huge signal of what is happening when a company like Spotify, who is number two when it comes to streaming music, behind number one, Apple, in the iTunes market. I think we should pay attention. There's no doubt that the reason why I think a lot of people are speculating why Spotify made the move was really about higher gross margins. 20% of their platform is made up of podcast listeners, and they don't have to pay really anything to have those that content populating their platform. So obviously the profit margins are higher gross margins on that. So it's a business decision. However, it's a real pivot, because if you do a little backstory, you'll find that Spotify a couple years ago tried to get in the video game, and was trying to compete with other streaming TV shows and tried to go that route, and it just really didn't work out. So this is an interesting pivot, where they are going audio. I think it's brilliant. I think it's genius. Because everyone else is trying to get in the streaming, video market, and it's leaving a huge vacuum. And the CEO has already said this isn't gonna stop. He's gonna continue. He's got $500 million to spend on acquiring other platforms that are podcast and community-driven content creation platforms centered around audio. So I think what you're looking at is Spotify being the next Netflix for audio. And I think we're going to see they're going to dump a ton of money into making that platform better. Obviously the Anchor FM, it's the platform that we use to record and distribute our content across several different platforms. Through Anchor FM, we're able to get on Spotify as well as Apple Podcast and Google Play Podcast, Stitcher, and probably another, half dozen other podcast platforms. And I shared on Facebook and Instagram last night, it's completely humbling to see, in just the month of February, over 1,000 plays of episodes of our digital marketing content on the podcast platform. That's crazy. I mean, that's getting in front of 1,000 people that I didn't have to go out and knock on doors or send out a mailer or do digital ads or pay-per-click. These are people who are interested in growing their business. They're interested in digital marketing tactics and strategies that they can leverage. And I love it. I love providing that value. And if I could encourage you, how is podcast going to impact the growth of your business in 2019? Well, it's not going to make a bit of difference if you don't have one, but your competition might be already, looking into it. So if I was a business and I was looking into it, I'm just going to kind of share with you what I did. We started back in August of last year, and we just, I thought, what, I'm just going to tell the story. I'm going to give away these great ideas and provide value and hope that people will, enjoy it and be able to become better themselves. And maybe there's going to be other people who will inspire others to create their own podcast. So, I think of it more of, telling a story and keeping that story going. Very rarely do I try to talk about what our costs are and, what it costs to do this or special promotions we have. Like, I don't ever do that. Because, my mindset is, we're not doing this like QVC style. That's not what this podcast is about. And I think, previous podcast iterations, I think they were infomercials. I think they were QVC, selling. And I think what we're seeing is that, a podcast series that is a story. So think more Game of Thrones, less QVC, right? You want to, provide value or you want to create characters in a story who are, understanding and solving life problems. And maybe you put that in the context of, your products and or services or the benefits of your products and or services. Talk about, how things could, be better if they were to, use or employ or, leverage your products, services, team, company. But again, it's not about selling, it's about adding value. And again, why do you think podcasts are just really starting to amp up in terms of being consumed media content? Well, think about this, guys. Like, we don't leave our house without our phones ever. A lot of us are, trying to be fit and healthier. So we're going to the gym or we're taking walks, and now we've got our, earbuds or we've got our, Bluetooth devices that are, allowing us to consume media. And a lot of times we don't want to have to, as we're jogging and, huffing and puffing, we want to be able to listen without having to watch or read, right? That's the three ways we consume media: is we either watch it, listen to it, or read it. So, being able to listen and have that audio format really provides your target audience, the people who are interested or who might find benefit from your products or services, they're going to find value of that. The other thing to do is, I talked about this in an earlier podcast series within the last few days, about if you're not sure what to, write about, look at your social media content and reviews and look at what the sentiment is, look at what the comments are about some of the information that you've posted. And that can give you insight into what matters most to your consumers, to the folks that are, reading and consuming your content. So, that can help you to, sort of shape that story. And guys, the last thing is I forgot to mention this about comments and reviews. I see this happen all the time. As soon as someone leaves a comment on a business post, the first thing the person does, represents the company, gets on there, they try to sell and convert right off the bat. It's so obvious. It's like, okay, please call our sales department, or, can we, get you in that car today, or can we show you that house today? No, don't do that. You want to find out what made them ask that question. Ask open-ended questions. What do you like most about this house? Or, what features do you like most about this product or service? You want to dig down into and find out what the motivations are behind your target audience, because that data is not necessarily going to be revealed to you in Google Analytics or Facebook Insights. The raw data is not going to give you that human emotion and what they connected with. So use those things to help shape your content for your podcast. Guys, if there's any one takeaway that you can take away from this session today, is start doing your podcast today. It's a free app, anchor.fm. You can download it for free. Spotify is going to put a ton of money behind it in 2019, make it easier, faster for you to distribute your content across multiple platforms and really lift your brand awareness and hopefully grow your business in 2019. Guys, that's what I'm all about. I want to help you guys grow your business. I want to share tactics and benefits of digital marketing that I do every day with our clients. And it's been a great pleasure to share with you today. Again, my name is Michael Wynn. I am the Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. We'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot.